Bot. Oh, we got it.
Bot. Yeah, we got him.
Little throwback to the Polar Express with that one, but fun remix to start our podcast today.
Yeah, it's March, but we're gonna a little throwback to Polar Express.
We had to.
My favorite Christmas movie, by the way.
Okay, good fact.
I'll just throw it out there. But yeah, from the title of this episode, if you read it correctly, we have a very special guest. Aayush Bhat will be joining us later on in the episode. Talk about all things men's tennis and, of course, his journey to Temple. Before we do that, let's do what we always do and recap last week in Temple Athletics on this beautiful Thursday afternoon. Episodes come a little bit later in the week. We'll take responsibility for that, but
I won't.
Amelia's middle of schedule. I got class in the evening. Aayush is in the middle of his busy season, so just work with us here. We're trying to fire out episodes every week.
Yeah.
Maybe not the consistency of the previous couple months,
but you'll get them.
We're here. No big deal. Let's start with women's gymnastics, who wrapped up their season last weekend at the Eagle Conference Championships. And, looking at this overall, it definitely was not the result the Owls were going for. They placed 4th out of 5 last year. They were 2nd in this meet. However, they started hot on vault. They actually had 3 women podium in the vault, including a freshman, Jade Harden. She scored a 9.775 on vault, which was good for 3rd place. Amelia Budd, who we talked about last weekend, who was named first team all-conference, she was 2nd with a 9.8. And then sophomore Nikki Rengifo, who we had on the podcast last week, she won vault with a 9.825. So it's that Owl Pod magic just going to work there. But unfortunately, after that strong start, the Owls could not hang with some of the other teams and ultimately fell with a 194.35. Towson won this meet with a 196.375. They were on it, I have to say. They were on it. They started on a buy event and they got on the bars, and it was pretty impressive, I would say.
Unstoppable.
But Temple, like we talked about a lot this year, they had a young team. They're only graduating 1 senior, so a lot of this roster will be back next year. They definitely have their work cut out for them, but I think this group will come together in the offseason, hopefully turn the page and look forward to having a better season next year, I should just say. Let's move to women's tennis, who is kind of on a bit of a heater, I could say right now. Last week, they 4-0'd Norfolk State at home.
First home match of the season, right?
On Thursday, yeah, it was the first home match. They did drop to Penn on the weekend 4-1, but then bounced back in a big way yesterday, which was Wednesday, March 25th. They beat up on the St. Joseph's Hawks, which we love to see. They won that match 5-2. So, they've won 2 out of 3. I like where this team's trending.
I imagine Penn is a pretty good team as well.
I imagine Penn plays pretty good tennis. Although we could probably ask Aayush that here in a couple minutes. But I just think this team looks like they're rolling right now. I remember they didn't play as many matches as they'd like to over spring break, but hopefully they can get rolling before conference comes around, which is in a couple weeks. So be on the lookout for that team. We don't have many sports to recap this week. You want to talk women's lax?
Of course, yeah. As we talked about last week, we went down to ECU, a nice 8-hour bus ride. We lost by 1. It was a 7-8 loss. Tough loss, you never want to lose by 1 point because you feel like it's in your grasp. But yeah, this week we're on the road again, back at JMU, and they were preseason ranked number 1 in the conference, but I believe they're 2nd now. So this will be our 3rd conference game and looking to rebound and give them all we got,
Yeah, I mean, you guys have lost a couple in a row now, but we just talked before the podcast, 3 losses, difference of 3 goals. I'm sure that is almost like bittersweet, right? I mean, you're not far off.
Yeah.
But obviously you want to turn those into wins. What's kind of your mindset as you get ready to go down, which I'm sure is going to be one of, if not your toughest conference games of the season?
Yeah, I think, all week we've been focusing, in these 1-goal losses, it could be anything that determines that, It could be any defensive stop. It could be a goal that we missed. So, just details all over and trying to really play, throughout a whole practice. Our practices are pretty long. So, throughout 3-hour practices, giving it our all the whole time, because I think sometimes in games we go like kind of roller coaster and we go like have a lot of highs and lows. So if we can just play a more consistent 4 quarters, I think that'll help like well round us and really give us like the edge that we need to get on the other side of these like one possession games.
Right, and I know it feels like conference play just started, but
It's a short conference
we looked at the
season.
schedule. It's a short conference, so I'm sure there's some urgency now.
For sure.
As you need to probably pick up a couple wins here if you want to make the 14 tournament. What's kind of your outlook on that? Are you just taking it day by day, or are you in the back of your head like, hey, we got to start rattling off a couple wins here down the stretch?
Yeah, I think all of us probably have it in our minds like, oh, we got to beat Vanderbilt and ODU and Charlotte to be that 4th seed right now. And I think, we are taking it week by week, and obviously the goal is to beat JMU too. So I would say it's in the back of some of our minds, but definitely don't take any opponent for granted, and just win the game that you have that week. So yeah, that's gonna be our goal.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to tuning in. I know it's a big game for you guys. But hey, you guys are right there. I feel like you guys have overall been playing really good lacrosse.
Yeah.
In a tough conference. So, and you're back home following week.
Next week will be versus ODU.
Great. All right. Well, best of luck this weekend. We'll be tuning in.
Oh, that's Saturday at noon. I don't think I said that. So yeah,
all your games are Saturday at noon for the most part, right?
Yeah, we have one Wednesday game left, but that's a while away. So.
Gotcha. All right, we said it was short. We're gonna end. We're gonna end with men's tennis here. It's weird. Once some of the winter sports die off, there's not many spring sports.
Yeah.
Especially because crew and rowing, their real season picks up this upcoming weekend. So I guess next weekend we'll bring them into the loop. But let's talk men's tennis, who we've talked a bit about here on the podcast. Similar to women's tennis, they had a pretty good trip down to Florida a couple weeks ago for spring break. And last week they picked up a win against Norfolk State. They did not compete against Penn like the women did. And we're actually recording with Aayush fresh off of a match in which the Owls fell barely to St. Joe's 4-3.
Hate to see it.
So Aayush, before we get into kind of your section, why don't you come on? Let's talk a little bit about the match that just occurred and kind of the bigger picture of how you guys have been playing the last couple of weeks. So maybe talk a little bit about your match today. I know you picked up a win. Would you play 1, 2, or 3 today?
Yeah, speaking about the match today, it was a very close match. And this team on paper is much better than us. They were ranked 2 weeks ago. So I think the fact that we came out the way we did, we were right there, shows that everybody on our team has the level to compete against a team like this. And even though it didn't go our way, but I'm really proud of every single person on our team. Everybody showed up today and we almost, created the upset. So I think this is a stepping stone for us as we heading into conference tournaments soon, less than a month. So every match we play from now is pretty important. So I think this was a step in the right direction, and I'm really excited to see what this team is going to do at conference.
Yeah, speaking about the match, sounds like, look, everyone has a different take on losses and what you should take away from them. Would you kind of look at this as somewhat of a moral win when you look at kind of the opponent and how you guys put up the fight? Obviously, losing 4-3, it's just one match really that could have switched the outcome. So is that kind of how you look at this? Like, you didn't pick up the win, but maybe you get some momentum coming off of a strong performance overall from the team?
Yeah, definitely. Even after our match, our coaches said that this is probably one of the best singles performances they've seen from us the whole year. So speaking of that, that's a huge positive for us, especially as, at the back end of our season. We have a pretty new team this year, so I'm really, really happy that everybody's showing up on a consistent basis and actually putting their best foot forward. So it's only positives from here, and then hoping we can actually build on this one.
Yeah. All right. Well, again, upcoming for you guys. I know conference is a couple weeks away, but it looks like you guys have a match coming up this weekend against Howard. Is that still?
Just got canceled.
It was just canceled.
That was supposed to be senior day, right?
Yeah, it was senior day, but I think due to the weather they canceled it. So senior day.
It's gonna rain this weekend.
I think so. I think it's gonna be really cold.
So are they going to reschedule that, or is that just off the books?
You gotta have a senior day.
Yeah, senior day will be rescheduled for sure, but the match, I don't know if it's going to be rescheduled because apparently Howard has some conference games they want to play, so
Okay.
not too sure about that.
So
yeah.
senior day will be postponed, we should say.
Yeah.
All right. So, well, I'm sure we'll continue to talk about the team, but let's get into kind of your talking more about your journey here to Temple. And that's kind of where we usually start with our guests. So, I know you're from. You grew up in West Virginia? Is that correct? Partially.
Yeah. So I was born in West Virginia. Moved to India when I was about 3 years old.
Okay. I knew you lived in India for the majority of your upbringing, but I know you were born in West Virginia in the States.
That's right. Yeah. So moved to India when I was really young and picked up tennis by just my friends. Used to, we were looking for something to do after school, and there was a tennis court right in front of my house. So that's kind of how I started. I got better. Then the coach told my parents I should join an academy, and I guess it kind of went from there. I just got better and better. Started winning in my state, played a lot of national tournaments, and then progressed on to international, and had fairly decent results internationally. I was ranked top 100 in the world, ITF, which is international, tennis. And I also played at the Australian Open Juniors 2023 prior to college.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so pretty much, my whole life before college was kind of tennis. And a lot of the guys on the team are the same as well because tennis is such an individual sport that
right.
You kind of have to go all in, if you really want to play at a high level.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
You wanna ask a little bit about the team? I know we've talked about this before because I feel like your team is a little bit unique.
Yeah, for sure. Before we get to that, can you talk about a little bit of your recruiting journey? Like, how did you get exactly to Temple?
Tempa.
Yeah. So I was, as I said, I was playing on the international circuit. College was always at the back of my mind. I knew I wanted to go to a good D1 school, but I wasn't really sure. I didn't have a specific school in mind, and I was getting close to my senior year when I started getting a few messages from coaches that they're interested in me, and these were actually very, very good schools, to name a few: Clemson, Rice, and schools like these, very good tennis schools. And I really had not much idea about what college tennis is like. I didn't know what were the good teams. So I ended up getting on call with all of them, and I just didn't make a decision early enough. And then I ended up verbally committing to SMU in Texas, which is also a top 20 tennis school at the moment. So I was verbally committed to go there, and then didn't quite work out at the end with, ran into some issues. This was actually June of the summer I was supposed to come. So literally 2 months before I was supposed to come to college, I ran into issues with, the SMU coach and just some recruiting issues. And the very next day, I got a message from the Temple coach saying he has a spot on the roster open. I didn't really know much about Temple.
Mm-hmm.
I had a friend earlier from my academy back home who played on the women's team here. But apart from that, I didn't really know much about Temple. But when I got the message, I quickly looked up the school, saw that it had good academics, pretty good tennis program. I was also in a big city. That's something I was looking for. So I thought it would be a good fit for me. So I ended up committing immediately. So that's kind of how I got to Temple. I know it was not a straightforward journey, but I'm glad it all worked out at the end.
That's crazy. I can't imagine just a Google search and be like, yeah, I guess I'll go here. But I know for a lot of internationals that we've talked to definitely had a similar route. I think what Francesco said, he looked up a YouTube video and he's like, yeah, I'll go here. So that's funny. Very different recruiting from a lot of the other sports. Kind of going back to your team dynamic, like we said, a lot of internationals. Can you let us know, like, beginning of the season, how are things gelling? I know you got a new transfer in over winter break, and just a little bit more into, like, the people on the team and culture, maybe.
Yeah, of course. We have probably the most internationals, percentage-wise at Temple of any athletic team. So I personally think that's a good thing. We get a lot of different cultures, a lot of guys from different backgrounds who can they just have different ways of how they've been, how they've grown up, and it's really nice to see that everybody respects each other's culture, and everybody knows that a lot of the teammates are away from home, so there's that kind of brotherhood in the team. The teammates are kind of like family. This year we're much closer as a team than, let's say, my past 3 years. So I think we're kind of using that as an advantage for us. It really translates into on-court success as well, because tennis, as much as of an individual sport that it is, outside of college, in college it's very much a team sport, and how your teammates can actually cheer you on. So I think we've been doing a very good job in that aspect. Our energy has been great this whole semester, and that's something we're thriving on as a team. So yeah, really excited to just get the season. We're almost at the back end, so really excited for conference tournament. I know this team can do big things.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting point you make about outside of college, your sport is very individualized, but when you get here, you're part of a bigger team. That's kind of how you evaluate your season, right? Is how you do as a team, not necessarily individually, although that's obviously part of it. Similar for my team as well. Obviously, how you run the person next to you doesn't really impact it, but you impact the team. So I guess going off of Amelia's point, and your point about a lot of international students, how do you feel like your team does that, does a good job of building the culture and gelling? Because I think I can say for some, more domestic-based sports, for example, lacrosse, a lot of Amelia's teammates knew each other before they even got here. So they already had that relationship, whereas when you got here, I'm going to guess you didn't know anyone on the team. And I'm guessing that goes the same for everyone who's coming here. So how do you kind of create that dynamic? I know you're spring sports, so maybe you use the fall as a way to kind of have the team gel, because I'm sure that's pretty difficult to do every year.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure, me personally, I didn't know anybody while I was coming here, and I'm sure it's the same for most, if not all, the guys. So really, as I said before, the 10 of us or the 11 of us that are on the team really play a big part in ensuring that every person on the team feels safe and, kind of feels at home in Philly, because, as I said, home is really far for most of us. So we really got to be one big family, as teammates. And, we do use the fall and kind of since we don't play much, we'll do a lot of team bonding activities, maybe team dinners, go out as a team. So I think that also helps, off-court bonding definitely helps on-court, because, as I said, it all comes down to how good and how close you are as a team in the spring. So I think that's something that that does really help the team.
Yeah, interesting. Well, let's move towards, we talked about conferences coming up. We know that's taking place down in Tulsa. Your sport's a little unique, and mine honestly the same way. You don't usually race, or for me, you don't race the teams in your conference before the actual conference meet. It's similar in your sport. You're not playing the schools in your conference prior to the conference tournament, whereas Amelia, from every weekend in April, she's going to be playing teams in the conference. So what's that like? What's that been like in the past, and what are you hoping to achieve this year going to conference for your third time?
Yeah, I would say it's not ideal, even though, our conference is kind of spread out all over, the South, and got schools in Florida, Texas. So ideally, it would be good to have at least a couple conference matches under the belt before going into the tournament. But we don't, so, we got to make the best of the situation we have. and really try to approach every match, especially from now on, like it's a conference match. We got to play with that, the same intensity, the same focus that we would do in a conference match. And that's just going to help prepare us better for the actual tournament. Because every team in our tournament is, most of them are ranked. And every match we play at the tournament is going to be a tough match. So kind of like really using the matches we play to prepare and make sure we're actually fighting, very hard as a team, so that everybody's prepared when we actually go into the conference tournament.
And kind of moving on past conference, I know you said very individualistic sport over summer. I know all teams have very different summer training packets and stuff like that. Do you like playing tournaments over the summer? Are you looking forward to anything in the summer that's going to help grow your game?
Yeah, so the past 2 summers I've been, kind of traveling around playing tournaments just to, just to keep in touch. And like I also play the circuit, the professional circuit apart from college. So yeah, I've been past 2 summers I've traveled around, played tournaments, and I think it's a good way because the level is very high. So it kind of like prepares me for college as well. And overall, I just like playing tennis rather than sitting.
I would hope so.
Sitting around at home for 3 or 4 months and doing nothing.
Yeah.
I'd rather use my time constructively and do something that's actually going to benefit me while having fun, as well. So I have a lot of friends on the tennis circuit, and it's pretty much the same guys we see, because a lot of the Indian players, of course, I know them, and we'll travel together for tournaments, stay together, so creates a different kind of camaraderie there. Especially tennis being such an individual sport. So yeah, I really do enjoy it.
What's like one of your favorite places you've been to play in the last couple of years?
Definitely one I can think of at the top of my mind is Austria.
Okay.
Went there in 2022, and it was just beautiful, man. Like, I was playing, like the courts were overlooking like a snow-capped mountain.
Oh wow.
Wow.
And it was just stunning. Like, the weather was perfect. People were very nice. So I think that's got to be at the top.
Yeah, I'm sure you got a lot of stamps on your passport. Any new places this upcoming summer that you're going to be playing in that you haven't played before, or is it mostly the same places?
Good question. I actually haven't like planned completely where I'm gonna play this summer, but there's definitely gonna be some new places. Like last summer, I went to Uzbekistan, which was pretty different. Very good experience. I'm glad I went there. Tashkent is a beautiful city. Didn't play my best tennis there, but I guess it's part of the journey.
Yeah.
Getting to see another beautiful place. So.
Uzbekistan, that was not on my bucket
Yeah, crazy
list.
pull, I feel like.
I did not expect. I was expecting something that, I don't know, not Uzbekistan. All right, well, I'm excited to continue to follow your team this upcoming season. I guess the season's already in the middle, but you know what I mean, the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And obviously in conference, and then this summer, I feel like, I follow you on Instagram. Every couple of weeks, you just get a new city on that Instagram. I'm like, this guy is a world traveler over here. So, hopefully play well this summer and come back for your last season, which is crazy because Aayush and I were just talking. We sat in this very room that we're recording this podcast in 2 years ago. He was a freshman. I was a sophomore. Took microeconomics together. Now I'm about to graduate. He's about to be a senior. So just shows you time really does fly.
Yeah, man. It's crazy. I mean, I really don't know how it went by. I still remember the first day I was a freshman.
Yeah.
Still moving into Morgan South. It's crazy. Like, more than halfway done. And I'm really, that being said, trying to enjoy every match, every practice, because I know I'm going to miss this when it's done. So really try to soak it in and just make the most out of it.
Yeah, that's a
That's
great
right.
mindset.
All right, let's move. Amelia, want to take it away for what we got for this edition?
Let's get into the fun stuff. That was fun to learn more about you, but like the real,
This
we're
is
gonna
the
learn the real Aayush here and
This is where we really judge
his
Aayush.
random stuff. Today, opening day for the Phillies. The day that we're recording this, David's huge Phillies fan, right?
Huge Phillies fan.
Yeah. So with that, we're doing Temple Takes, which is my favorite segment on the podcast. And we usually try to do like a fun theme or something. Wait, was last week Temple? Oh, last week was our leprechaun theme
For St.
for St. Patty's Day. Yeah, and then so today's theme is gonna be "Take Me Out to the Ballpark." Temple takes.
It's great. Great to bring the alliteration back.
Yeah, we love the teas,
For
the tongue
those of you,
twisters.
since you missed this, for those of you that are new, Temple Takes, we're going to throw out something related to the theme.
Mhm.
We're all going to give our take, overrated or underrated, and then
Yeah.
we'll briefly explain why.
Yeah.
Some are brief, some are more
Yeah, some are
lengthy.
not brief.
But yeah, today we're going to be talking, ballpark, going to a baseball game,
Mhm.
some of the, things you might encounter there.
Yeah.
And also maybe touch on some other things outside of baseball that might be more relatable for Aayush, because from what I've gathered, he's not the biggest baseball fan. But that's
Yeah.
okay. Let's get right into it.
Yeah, I feel like we gotta go hot dog first. Like,
Got it.
classic ballpark, did the Phillies bring back Dollar Dog Night or no?
So no, they don't. I think it's BOGO. I think it's buy one get one $1
Okay.
dog night.
It just doesn't have the same ring to it, but it's okay, I guess.
Yeah, while you give your take, I'm gonna fact check.
I know everyone was mad last year that they got rid of it. I went to Dollar Dog Night, I think last year, 2 years ago. It was a great time. I mean, you see some people carrying like 20 hot dogs. You're like, that's insane.
It's
But
awesome.
I'm going to go underrated. I love hot dogs. I feel like this sounds so weird, but I've been talking about hot dogs a lot recently. This is so random. I got a new mustard, yellow mustard from Trader Joe's, dill pickle, yellow mustard, and I can't wait to try it on a hot dog. Underrated. Hot dogs are gas.
All right, Aayush, you wanna give your take on the old hot dog?
I think it's definitely underrated. I've heard about the Dollar Dog Night,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just going like a classic hot dog with nothing.
No ketchup, no mustard?
no onions.
Okay.
Ketchup and mustard, yes.
Okay.
Onions
but
is too much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no onion. I know some people like theirs with onions.
I do like a chili cheese dog.
Yeah, but I don't think that would be for me. So yeah, I'm just going
A
like
classic guy.
classic. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's underrated.
Yeah, he said underrated.
Yeah, I'm just making
He
sure.
knows the drill.
Yeah, hot dogs are underrated, especially at the ballpark. You get a ballpark dog, you're in the stands. It's
On a
a
nice hot day.
It's a great vibe.
Mm-hmm.
You get a nice cold water, and it's just the best, honestly.
Yeah.
So hot dog, especially at a baseball game, is extremely underrated.
Mm-hmm. Did you fact check?
Yeah, there's 3 BOGO games in the month of April.
Well, how much is a hot dog? Does it say?
I didn't look into the menu pricing, but I can tell you the dates. I believe it's April 1st.
I gotta mark my calendar.
Which is next Wednesday. Although actually, now that I'm looking at it,
This is what the fans really care about.
yeah, April
Phillies baseball.
April 13th, which is a Monday. Then you got April 28th, which is a Tuesday, and then March 31st. Sorry, next Tuesday you could go BOGO.
Okay,
Phillies
good to
game.
know. Good to know.
Just, quick shout out.
Yeah.
No free advertisements, but it's okay.
Okay. All right, let's move on. We'll stay on the food track. I mean, this might be the only place that you even hear of people eating like peanuts in the shell, but let's go peanuts. I'll start us off. Underrated. I feel like it's really good. Baseball games are so long, and it's so fun to like have something to do for like that 3 hours. Like obviously you can watch the sport, but like a little snack is fun, and I love salt, so I love peanuts.
I'm sorry, I was trying to cut you off here. I can't do peanuts at the game.
Okay.
Not only are they like way too salty, you're gonna force yourself to buy like a $8 water, but like you break one of those things open and it's just all over your lap, all those crumbs.
That is an
it's
annoying
terrible.
part.
And then
yeah.
then you like look down and it's just all over your feet. Peanuts. It's like the idea is nice because you like buy at the beginning of the game and you can kind of like snack on it throughout the entire game,
Mm-hmm.
but the execution, and you basically have to like, you're working harder to undress the peanut than actually eat it.
Undress is crazy.
So I'm gonna say overrated.
Okay.
I think I gotta go with Dave on this one. I think they're overrated.
He makes some good points.
I do like peanuts, but not during a baseball game. Like he said, just breaking them open and having them just gets a little
Also,
messy.
like, I don't have, like, my nails aren't long, but they somehow get stuck in your nails, the peanuts, too.
Dude, what?
You don't feel
How
that?
are you eating peanuts that's getting stuck in your
No,
nails?
like, when you open it up, like, it's just, like, that,
Not cracking on your teeth.
Stuff just gets everywhere. And then you taste the shell. It's like nasty.
Okay.
So I'm out.
All right, you can do the next one since this was your grand idea.
Yeah, this is my idea, and I feel like real ball knowers know this guy at the game. So you go to a baseball game that you can always buy, like the official score, book where you can like keep score like manually, which is like okay. I'm gonna say it's underrated, but I will preface like I don't do this myself. Right? Like I'm not.
How many people have you actually seen do this?
If you go to a baseball game, like you look around, like you will see like a handful of people doing this.
Handful.
It's called keeping the book. Like you're gonna like every batter, you're gonna mark down what happened every at bat, and then you kind of like that way you kind of have a log of what happened in the game. It's a very old school thing. I just think it's like classic. Like only baseball has a thing like this where every at bat gets tracked. You have little like codes that show you like what happened. So if it's like a double, you like draw like 2 lines. I just think like this brings me back to my youth baseball days when keeping the book. Like every coach did it. So I love the idea of this, even though I'm not someone who's buying the book and keeping it themselves. I appreciate this aspect of the game. Underrated.
Okay. I really don't have much of like a opinion on this. I'll go overrated, just because like. You could look up all of that on ESPN, especially if it's like an MLB game. But I guess I have seen some like old men that are doing it that are really cute.
Yeah,
like you see a grandpa doing it.
I didn't
want
to go like ageist on them, but like that is usually the general population.
Yeah, I mean like that's like I'm not gonna do it, but like that is kind of cute. Like
cute. I don't like that word for this. I don't know if it's
sorry.
cute. I think it's more like official. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I'm
going overrated either way.
I think I gotta go underrated because. If somebody's taking the effort to do that,
that's really what it's about.
Really shows their passion and love for the game.
Yeah, you said it way more simple than I did, but that's 100%
I feel like
right.
In the end, that's what it's all about. So I'll go underrated.
I like that take. These are great takes from Aayush.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. We're gonna
He's
disagree
good at
on
this.
this one. Let's.
This one we're just picking like one or the other.
So we're gonna go cricket or baseball, which, to be honest with you.
Is it fair to like compare
Prior to
this?
meeting Aayush, I couldn't tell you if I don't know how cricket worked before I met Aayush, and through this
Has he
class
explained it to you?
we actually would watch a good bit of cricket.
That's hilarious.
And I learned the rules, and I kind of know what's going on now, like generally speaking. But the cricket matches take forever. And,
How long?
They can take days.
Depends actually.
Days?
Yeah, there's one that takes 5 days. Yeah, they just play it over a course of 5 days.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a lot. I mean, I'm a baseball
That's
guy,
overrated.
but I feel like cricket, it's definitely an acquired taste, right? I think if you understood it, it could be pretty entertaining.
I feel like every
But
sport.
People complain about baseball being long, and they've done all this work to make the game shorter. Cricket,
They don't care.
They kind of accepted it. It's
Yeah.
just a long game.
Yeah, I feel like the one that's played over 5 days, it's actually the most prestigious one. So if you get selected in that team, you're like kind of made it to the pinnacle of cricket.
Wow.
So,
Good to
but
know.
me personally, I don't enjoy watching those because it's just very boring. There's actually a league starting on Saturday, which is very big at home.
What's it called? Give it a shout out.
It's called the IPL, Indian Premier League. So
Okay.
it's gonna
Premier
be.
League.
So are you saying cricket over baseball?
I have to go cricket. I mean,
That's
just
it.
growing up.
I mean, he's been in Philly for 3 years, and he says he hasn't gone to a Phillies game. So
Wait, I will just add
answers
this.
it.
Cricket is the most popular sport in the world, right?
More than
Well,
soccer?
In India, I'm not sure in the world.
I thought cricket is like the most
Played?
watched sport in the world.
I thought it was soccer by like
Is
a
it?
long
I
shot.
think it's soccer as well.
Soccer has like billions of viewers. Like the
Yeah.
World Cup, like I think
mean,
they take the cake.
Cricket, like not a lot of countries play. Like it's not really like a
Okay.
global-
Cricket is number 2. Soccer is number
Oh.
1, but cricket is number 2.
Okay.
Okay.
You got 2.5 billion fans. That's a
That is a lot.
whoa.
Wow.
It's not in the Olympics though, is it? Is it soon to be in the Olympics?
No,
Hopefully.
that's crazy. I mean, soccer has 3.5 to 4 billion, and cricket is 2.5 billion.
That is a lot higher than I would have
insane.
thought. Yeah.
Wow. All right.
I haven't answered yet. I don't really love watching baseball, which I know David's probably rolling his eyes at me. It's kind of boring, but I guess I'll go baseball on this. I've never watched cricket, so maybe I'll go out of my way to watch it now. But Yeah.
I'll get you on.
Yeah.
It is. I will. At first, I was like, can't do it. And now I'm like, I could watch cricket.
Dave, would you say it's the better Premier League, or are you going English Premier League?
English Premier League. I don't like it that much. Let's pump the brakes. I like it. I don't like it that much. That's all right. Maybe I'll continue to find my love for the IPL, which starts this weekend. Let's move to a staple of every baseball game, I feel like.
Yeah, for
which
sure.
is ice cream in the hat.
Yeah, in the little plastic hat.
It's one of those things, and as I speak, maybe I'll come up with an analogy, but the location of the ice cream makes the ice cream taste like that much better. Like,
oh, for sure.
The fact that it's in a hat, the ice cream just tastes better.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like this is extremely underrated because you only get it at the baseball game.
Exactly. Yeah, there's no other place.
No other place.
Even
and also,
be close to this.
What's really cool, what I love, is when they have like the different colored helmets. Like you ever, like the Phillies do a good job. Like when they're wearing the blue uniforms, you get the blue helmet.
Oh, that's so nice.
And I just feel like as a kid, I'd always like collecting the little helmets.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say like extremely underrated, and honestly something that like I like ice cream. I'm not one of those like ice cream fanatics, but like when I'm at the game, like
you gotta get it.
I've got it.
Yeah.
Auto purchase.
Yeah, I think underrated too. I feel like I remember like as a kid like actually begging my parents to get like the little ice cream hat, and they're like, it's freaking $15, but like it's worth it.
Totally worth it.
Yeah, and you're right. It does taste better for some reason. Like it might just be the hype in the helmet, or
probably
like
some placebo, but that's okay.
Yeah.
I gotta go underrated as well because I love ice cream. You know, it's probably I just love ice cream.
Well, what's your favorite ice cream flavor?
Gotta go classic like chocolate chip or something like that.
Didn't even know that was a flavor.
Chocolate chip?
Well, like I've heard of like chocolate chip cookie dough. I didn't like. Is it just chocolate with chocolate chips in it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Wait, you've never heard of chocolate chip ice cream?
I've heard of chocolate chips, but I've never like
chocolate ice cream with chocolate.
I feel like this is the
chips
most
in it.
surprising thing that's coming out of this episode. You've never heard of chocolate chip ice cream?
I've heard of chocolate chip like cookie dough. Like I was waiting for him to finish, but I guess he didn't, or he did.
I think you have. I think you're just having a moment.
I've never seen it at the store. I frequent the ice cream aisle.
Okay. Would you have like a brand that you go to? Or is it just like whatever?
Probably like I like Ben and Jerry's a lot.
Classic.
Yeah, but I gotta say the best ice cream spot on campus has to be Twist.
Yeah.
Shout
We love
out
Twist. Shout out.
Well documented on this podcast, but yeah,
For
I
sure.
agree. Twist is great. I love their banana waffle. Have you tried that yet, by the way?
No, I did go to Twist 2 days ago, and I did not get the banana waffle. I'm so sorry. I got a gelati. It was a nice day out. Water ice with some vanilla custard. It was
Gelati-
amazing.
Not to get off topic here,
Oh
but
my gosh.
gelati, I love that growing up. I would never get gelati now. Like the ice cream, water ice, like the soft serve.
So good. That combo.
I'm just not I'm not into that right now. That
Okay.
doesn't do it for me.
Wait, you gotta know, I didn't grow up with water ice, so like maybe I'm making up for lost time.
I'm water iced out, I think.
Also, I just looked up chocolate chip ice cream. It is in vanilla ice cream. Didn't you just say it was in chocolate ice cream?
Oh, I don't know what you looked up.
I looked up chocolate chip ice cream.
It is literally chocolate ice cream with
That's
chocolate
crazy. It's
chips in
all
it.
vanilla. Oh, there's one. The 7th photo is chocolate. So I don't think I'm crazy here, but all right. I love ice cream.
Yeah, might have to get some ice.
We all love ice cream.
Might be a twist stop tonight for me.
Yeah, it's a nice day out too.
Fire
It was
up.
like 80 degrees today.
It's awesome.
Yeah. Okay, next one, the mascot races.
It's awesome.
I'll start us off underrated. I think this is like one of the funniest like parts of a game. And when do they usually do it?
It's like, I don't know, between innings.
Like a random time, but it's
Yeah.
always amazing. I remember I went to a Braves game this summer, and like it's like a Home Depot bucket racing like a hammer, and
It's awesome.
and a
One of the
6-year-old.
falls, yeah.
Like it's like they always throw in some
Best.
random person, and it's amazing.
Yeah, so I got to get a little specific here. So I think I've just said underrated for everything. Maybe not the peanuts. But I love baseball, so this is awesome. Mascot races. The best mascot race goes on in D.C., the Nationals game. They do the President's Race. Have you seen
That's
this?
hilarious. No, I haven't.
They bring out like mascots of like old presidents and they race them, and it is absolutely hilarious. Everyone needs to go and YouTube this.
Yeah, we gotta look that up.
Because one of the presidents always falls. It's hilarious. It's like George Washington out there. You just get
I can't imagine
Abe
running
Lincoln,
in those. Like,
and it's just like it's awesome. So I would say that is a mascot race. It also just fires the crowd up. You know what I mean?
for sure.
They wheel out the mascots and then
Wheel?
You know,
Where are you wheeling out
they
a
bring them
mascot?
out, whatever. They bring them out the mascots. It's just great vibes. Again, like, where are they doing this? They're not doing this at I love football. They're not doing a football game. They're certainly not doing a basketball game. I don't think cricket.
Well, they did.
I don't think cricket's rolling out mascots.
At Hooters' birthday, they did bring in all the mascots.
Or are they racing?
No, but they were playing basketball. Did you see that?
Yeah, but they're not racing.
It was so funny. They were so bad at it. I think I'm bad at basketball. Oh my gosh.
The mascots?
The mascots, they can't probably see, but
Yeah.
What about you, Aayush?
I personally have no opinion because I
don't think Aayush knows what this is.
I haven't seen
You've never
one.
seen this?
I've
It was
never
all
seen
over
one.
my Instagram last year, I feel like.
Yeah, I guess if I see one, I think I would enjoy one. So
It's entertaining for
Yeah,
sure.
for
I gotta
sure,
watch
for
the
sure.
President's one. That
Yeah.
sounds hilarious.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up right now, just as we record, you guys can watch this. But
Okay.
let's move on to the last one, which
This is
honestly,
a hard question.
This is a tough one that I probably should have started thinking about beforehand, as they watch the presidents go on and race.
I know, I kind of cheated.
hilarious,
I'm
yeah.
laughing at the Presidents right now. Abe Lincoln is really slow.
Yeah, he's getting cooked. All right, walk-up song. So as you know, if you follow baseball, every home team, every batter gets to walk up to whatever song they want, which is honestly sick. Like in a big moment, new pitcher comes in, here comes the walk-up song
Yeah.
for the hitter. It just gets and the crowd starts singing along. So you want to start with what your walk-up song
This is
would
such
be?
a tough song. I don't know. You could go. Or such a tough question. This is gonna be such a random poll. I might go like a throwback song. You kind of want everyone in the crowd to hear it or like know it so they can sing with you. This is a song that was played today at practice, so that's probably why it's on my head. But Mirrors, Justin Timberlake, it's an undercover banger. Or I would do something fun like that song. It goes like na na na. I think that's a fun like an upbeat kind of like.
Go, na, na, na.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that song. So I would want something that like everyone would sing, and it would like get me like hype.
Yeah, it's a good
Yeah.
answer. I agree. You gotta find like what's gonna get you hype, what's also gonna get the crowd into it. Bryson Stott has the
Oh yeah.
I know I'll be that's
Yeah,
that's a great
banger.
one. Ayush, walk up song.
well, I gotta go "Dreams and Nightmares" by Meek Mill. I mean, been
Philly
in Philly.
classic.
Yeah, Philly classic, exactly. Been in Philly 3 years, so just gotta
That's
gotta
classic.
rap,
That would work. All right, mine is, I'm gonna go with "Live Your Life" by
Sing it.
T.I. and Rihanna. It's like so live your life.
Oh, that's a good one, actually, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just love that song. I feel like it would just get me juiced at the
Mhm.
plate. I'd be ready to go. Get that Rihanna in there,
Mhm.
So,
Good
welcome
answers.
song. Those are good temple takes.
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed that.
I liked that theme.
And go Phillies, as always.
We could have sung it too. We could have done our second song of the day and done like, "Take Me." I don't want to. Keep
I know
going.
where you're going with that. yeah.
Take Me Out to the Ball Game. You don't know that song?
Okay. I didn't know.
Okay. Well, that was fun.
Okay.
Now to your favorite segment.
Let's pivot. Let's go owl or foul.
Mm-hmm.
Segment where we discuss something that is trending upwards or soaring upwards,
Our
excuse me,
owl. Yep.
in Temple Athletics. Why we call it soaring upwards?
Because it's a little shout out we do every single week that the Owl faithful know that SOAR is the name of the American Conference mascot, which we have never fact checked. Is this what you're fact checking right now?
No, I'm looking at a picture because I missed his face.
Oh, you missed SOAR's face.
I
That's
missed-
adorable. Yeah, so the American Conference is the only conference with a mascot, and that's SOAR the Eagle. So
It's Soar the Eagle.
soaring upwards, something in Temple. That's going to be our owl. And then the opposite, our fowl, is what it sounds like. And that's going to be something that it needs improvement on or around campus. Yeah.
I like that. I'm just reading Meet the Soar Eagle, the press release.
Yeah.
Can I just read it out loud? It's kind of funny.
Love it.
One of the most innovative and fun aspects of our brand evolution is the introduction of Soar the Eagle as the American Conference's first ever conference ambassador. Soar is a multi-platform brand symbol designed to personify our values and story. In fact, we are the first collegiate conference to unveil both a live and animated character to represent its brand.
Thank God we weren't wrong this whole time. That would have been embarrassing. Like, we're wrong a lot, but, like, thank you.
Just quick fact check. Just get your facts right.
And
But
that was
yeah,
really good.
let's take it away with our owl,
Mm-hmm.
which we talked about earlier. This team, women's tennis. I just like where this team's going.
Yeah.
I really do. I'm kind of fired up about how they've been playing. They got their match canceled this upcoming weekend, unfortunately. But, next week, I expect big things from this group.
Who do they have next week?
That's a fantastic question. Ayush, do you know off the top of your head who you guys are competing against next week? I'll tell you right now. They're going against Delaware on a Tuesday.
I did not know that.
Delaware, they got Delaware on Tuesday, and Friday they're coming back with NJIT. All right, so it's a busy week.
Home on Friday?
I believe the Tuesday match was a reschedule, and the Friday match is on the road. The Tuesday match, however, there's no indication of where that's being played, which is awesome. So
no indication.
That'll be played somewhere.
Do you know? No, you didn't even know who they were playing.
You know there's a match going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, I just show up.
Women's tennis. Let's just keep the momentum going.
Mm-hmm.
Our foul. We talked about just now warm weather.
Mm-hmm.
Warm weather for the most part. It's awesome, right? We've talked about the miserable winter we faced. However, there's one aspect, especially living in North Philadelphia, right off of Broad Street. You get the Broad Street bikers.
Yeah,
okay?
It's very niche, but if you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
Especially if you lived in Morgan.
This crew is known for kind of obnoxiously riding their vehicles because it's not just a bike. It could be.
I don't even know what you describe some of them as. They're like
the
three-wheeled machines.
Honestly, some of the shadiest pieces of equipment you've ever seen.
I actually saw them today.
Yeah,
Funny story.
I think we just heard them.
Yeah, you can hear them. We're in the middle of campus right now, and we can hear them.
After a while, though. Yeah, I haven't seen them in a while.
Because they don't go in the cold.
Yeah, when it's warm.
You can't ride one of those things when it's cold out.
Yeah,
Right?
they're doing crazy tricks like wheelies with their legs in the air.
They can never have all of their wheels on the ground. One of their wheels has to be in the air. It's really kind of annoying, to be honest with you.
It is annoying, but also I'm like, wow, they're doing that.
I think
they're doing something.
Well, I think, wow, you have nothing better to do.
That is also crazy.
I also think.
It'll be like 1 p.m. on a Tuesday.
Or it'll be like 10
Are we at work
p.m.
or?
on like a Monday night, and you're just trying to go to bed, and you just hear those motors. Cringe, but anyway. It's warm weather, so those fellas and ladies. Yeah, I've seen some ladies. Could be both. They love the bikes, so that's a foul in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Loud,
Sure.
obnoxious, annoying, just anything negative you can think.
Oh, and they also run through all the red lights, so it's a little dangerous. We could even say,
through campus, yeah.
So it's definitely a foul, yeah.
It's basically the textbook definition of a foul.
Exactly.
Broad Street bikers. And if you're listening to this, please don't run me over when I try to cross Broad Street.
Yeah, I hope none of them are listening, because then they'll be really mad at us.
Yeah, All Faithful got our back, though.
Yeah.
If you know, you know. All right, well, that'll about do it for this edition of the Owl Pod.
Yeah.
If you've listened this long, thank you. Be sure to follow us on our Instagram, at the Owl Podcast. If you got any questions, fire in those DMs.
GM's always open.
They're always open, so go ahead and, tap in there. Aayush, thanks for joining us. Best of luck the rest of the season and this summer. And go Owls.
Go Owls.
Yeah, thank you for having me, guys. It was a pleasure.
Of course. See you next week.
Yep.